Moshi! Good morning. Sorry, it's still morning technically. A little late, really late. But it's 11:53, so I can still say morning, and I'm still okay. But yeah, thanks for the burger. I mean, I look forward to this. I mean, probably by the time it gets to old me, it'll at least be cold. But you throw it in the microwave or the air fryer, you do something with it, and it'll be all fantastic. So I do apologize. I didn't set an alarm. I usually do. I think what I did was I set 2 alarms. What happened was I got home later than I anticipated. When I was at work, I set an alarm for 10:45 a.m. And I got home at like 6:15, and I was like, okay. And then as I'm getting home, I'm like, oh, like I need a little bit more sleep. So then I set an alarm for 11:15, and I think in my mix-up of I didn't end up sending any of them was the problem. So I only got woken up by Oreo, who meowed at me, and because I probably moved on the bed, and he was like, "Hey, Dad, what are you doing?" And here we are. So, better late than never, as they say, I think. So, except the bed head, I literally just rolled out. I don't really look any different than I usually do. Maybe, that ugly sleep was running again. Final Fantasy, what are you doing? It's just got some blue circle vibing. There was an update. I don't know. It's doing something, but I don't know. Figure it out. I'm debating, I have to eventually get up and grab my coffee. So that's got to happen eventually. So if I do it now, maybe it'll happen. There it is. It was gonna happen eventually. I think I had to click on the other screen. Come on, game. You can't. Come on. Come on, game capture. You're not working here. How about if I click over there? You gonna show? You gonna show up for me? Don't tell me I gotta use window capture on you. Don't tell me we gotta do that stuff. There's just something about it can never work. Nothing within the last 2 or 3 weeks on OBS can just work like it was not so long ago. And I'm not gonna dick around with it too long because I can't stream too long. I can only go till about 2 o'clock today, so a couple hours. So I don't want to be dicking around with trying to figure out why game capture doesn't work. So I will. No, I don't need to see that. Come on, I think I need to see another thing. There we go. We'll get it. There we go. That's all you needed to do was just that. There we go. Let's click on a couple of buttons. Log me into a data center, if you will, and let's get things ripping and roaring. Let's go. It's a big load. Oh, fuck. Phrasing, Jordan. Phrasing. There we go. Look at me. I repeat, he's sleeveless. I repeat, sleeveless. We'll get into it. We're great level 6. All right, I'm gonna go grab my my coffee. Listerine, don't let the days go by. Gotta make sure you use Listerine, folks. All right, Lise, what do you got for us here today? Starting on in The Lady in Red. Sounds wonderful, and she has a proposal. Let's hear it. I've been thinking, If Alice needs more time to heal, maybe we should move her to Ralger's Reach. She can receive much better care there, after all, and our infirmary is probably the best place for sort of sending her to Gridania. Indeed, and given what Mistress Woad has told us, I would rather she did not remain here. Then it's settled. Nagel, go and see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alfnode, you should probably get your sister ready for the journey. Bastion, would you mind going on ahead and telling Aurelia that we're on our way? I want to have a bed waiting for Alice when she arrives. Thanks. That's my little mission. That's my go and kill 17 squirrels. That's my mission for the day. I can handle that, I think. I hope. Just hope that I don't run into any, giant giraffes along the way. And I didn't know join no fate. Where are we heading? Was it there? What? I could have sworn I saw it like point south. Get me out of that. Sometimes the fate music is very worrying and concerning. But quite literally, where is Ralger's Reach from where I am? Like, I mean, I know where it is, but you're not. Does that say the Temple of the Fist? It does. Okay, yeah. The Fringes. Just so if I had an idea if I wanted to run there. Jordan, you're overthinking things. It's 100. Obviously, that's the thing though. It's got to be close by to me if it's so cheap. Oh, there we are. There we are. A little bit more than a hot skip and a jump. We'll pay for it. Pay for it and we'll get her done. There we go. All right, good. Let's talk. Let's get things rolling. There we go. All right, I remember this place. Lovely waterfall coming from a man's penis. That statue's just peeing. That's how you accomplish a said waterfall. Luckily, it's not the golden shower variety. Some people are into that. Some people pay a lot of money for that. I heard Baker, mod on the channel. He's paid for a few golden showers in his day. I even heard that Wolfslayer was asking him about like how much did he pay for one out in the UK. We don't know. We don't know these answers and questions that are asked. But do you require assistance? I do. I certainly do. Well, we will make ready to receive the patient at once. Give me a hand, would you? What do you want me to make a bed? Do I look like a doctor? Dr. Nick Riviera. Dr. Nick Riviera. There. All crisp and freshly laundered. We're here. Everything in order. Indeed it is. Right. We're bringing her in. I guess, like, for, all intents and purposes, like, would be bringing her into, like, through the Black Shroud be the tough thing if you wanted to bring her to Gridania. I mean, God, she's up and walking around yapping. Honestly, Alfnode, you needn't have gone through all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed like a good way to discourage you from limping off to battle when my back was turned. Listen to Aurella, please. You need your rest. I know. Any news of Kryl? She'll be crossed if you wait too long, as will I. A chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her, sister, and I'll fight twice as hard for the both of us. They're good together when they're not at each other's throats. I miss that feeling. Bastion, I have a favor to ask. Would you mind waiting outside for me? I won't be a moment. Alright. Oh, I thought like she was gonna like talk to them and I was like, I couldn't be involved type of thing. It's like one of those deals. Skibbity toilets with a little bit owl rocking with me. Is that a pink chocobo? That certainly is. How is Pry? this morning, this afternoon. You know, it's heading on into the weekend, of course, which is always great for most people. Unless, of course, you work weekends, and sorry, but... Wow. Do we have a date that I'm unaware of?
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Oh, not at all.
Well, what do you think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could. Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just... if this is the last battle we fight to free El Amigo, then she ought to be a part of it.
Ooh, that is still hot. Usually I wait 20 minutes on stream time before I'm sitting there trying to sip up my coffee. It suits you.
It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice. Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle.
A warm-up?
There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
Sure. Let's call it a date. I hope there's an elevator that goes up there. Think I'm climbing that shit? Oh, I thought we were gonna like fight on the hand. We are, oh, never mind. We are. It didn't look like we were there the first time. We're gonna kiss. I think we had sex on the hand. If that's just me talking. Maybe we got a little carried away, but you have to admit that was fun. Thank you, Bastion. You're the best kind of friend. The kind that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. Well, you're very welcome. I mean, I don't know what I did. But, you know, I did something. Obviously, didn't I? Cheek to cheek. Oh, we definitely had sex. We definitely. The game would not say something like that, and you know, not make it sound like you didn't have sex. Upon the Great Loch's shore. Now that Alcé's settled in, it's time we rejoin the fight. Though, actually, maybe you and Elfnode should go on ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers, and that might take a while. Alright, I can go and chat it up with somebody over here. You know, chatting it up with their sister, I'm sure. Is there anything that gets, you know, never enough gratitude? Just the chocobo music or the victory fanfare music? And there you are. What was the least wanted of you? A sparring match on the Destroyer's very palm. I would have liked to have seen that. But she's right. We have lingered here long enough, and I'm ready to depart when you are. Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. And you better not rise from that bed until you're given express permission to do so. The Orange will be paying you a visit soon, and he's already worried enough as it is. We've a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Bastion. Goodbye, Alcé. We will see you again. Speak with Pippin at cat. See, this is the thing. You're just dragging me out of here again, expecting me to do that long haul all the way over there. I mean, yeah, I'll go over here. No, do not be wasting my teleport. I gotta play. I don't know if I'll have time. Maybe sometime next week I might be able to play and on my own. I mean, where I can get some things rocking and rolling. I've got to do. Gotta get some teleport Aetherite tickets, I believe they're called. I gotta level up a couple of. Oh, this isn't where I parked my car. How do I? Oh, have I fucked this up already? How do I? Okay, you're gonna follow me, so. This is one of those things like, how on earth do I get over to where I need to go over there? Like, what is it about the game that's preventing me from, like, hey, like, am I supposed to have flight at this point? Like, that's the bother right there. Like, look at the goddamn map. I want to get over there. Are you telling me that I gotta go all the way up and around until you learn flight? Like, is that it? That is some dilliness of pickles. And I hate pickles. Okay? I hate them. I think they're disgusting. Although, oddly enough, I do enjoy me a good dill pickle chip. So, I don't know. I guess I can't be trusted. Look at that guy. He's just vibing. I mean, he probably lives in one of these little huts. You know, he's got to just, you know, pour down his head to get on in there. It's a great place for him to sleep. He'll be alright. No nearby current. You know what would be great? Putting the fucking currents on the map. I really think, you know, especially, maybe you don't do it for Dawn Trail. Maybe. But you know, like, maybe it's time to get rid of that whistle thing and just, you know, it's time. Yes, I would love to enter the Specula Imperators. Whatever it is that you said. It sounded lovely. It did sound lovely. Alright, where are we going now? Alright. Now all around this, a lot of dead robots it looks like, or something. So let me squeeze on into the side of here. Such a long walk. And I screwed it up, I guess, by taking, like, I don't know, the wrong teleport or something. I have no idea, but... Hey, look, the true Griffin. Peter Griffin? Oh, do not state that you are late. I am super, super late. I mean, I wasn't able to start streaming until, like, noon. So, if any of us is late, it is moi. But I'm always late, and I hope you betted on it. And that's a giant dinosaur. Jahamo! Meow, 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 meow. How are you on this lovely Friday, though, Biscuits? As we travel on up to Mount Yorn. Take a look at a Chocobo's bum as well. We had a lovely opportunity where I'm going to believe me and Lise had sex up on a giant statue's hand. She wanted to make it sound like we were fighting and sparring, but there's a slow motion, like, looked like we almost came close to kissing. Didn't want to show it, you know, but I think we had sex. You are returned. How fares your sister, Alphanode? Her rapier, it remains undulled, for better or for worse. I've been there any development in our absence. I'm proud to say that Castrum Albania is now wholly under our control. At present, we are taking stock of the enemy's supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the officer's documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Forgilla's command has passed through the Castrum en route to the capital, with a single prisoner in their custody. Crud! It's gotta be her. In all likelihood, yes. We'll be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers and is now safe for travel. One final piece of good news. Reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host, which has established a new base of operations from the locks. Commander Hext will be arriving soon, yes? when she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Rhalgr's Beacon. Pretty busy at work today, but just let me know if you need. I am always willing for and asking for the help, but I will let you know. Thank you. Yeah, I can't stream too long today. I can only go till about 2 o'clock, so it doesn't really help with the starting late and having to finish at my usual start time. But the wife wants to be picked up. I guess she's not feeling well, and I gotta go pick up my son after that. So it's just a busy day, and then I gotta go and drop my son. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So, but anyways, I wanted to get something of a stream out. Ah, an Alamegan folk dress. How very fitting. Well fitting, I might add. I wanted to do something for Yida and myself. See, that's the we had sex nod, right? This is it. The last push. We're coming, Crow. This feels like this is going to turn into like a raid or something. I don't know. Journey to the Great Locks. That I can do.
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castra Mabania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor.
Brought the whole crew. That's great.
Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you?
A lot of nodding.
'Twould seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it. The Immortal Flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
What about the resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos. As for the Scions, You will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary
Ryle's
concern.
rescue.
But I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Sounds like it's a you know a cat and dog rescue shelter, right?
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
I hope so too.
Rhalga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Alamico will be ours once more.
Yeah, that screams at least dungeon, I would assume. But I don't know, we sort of just did one not too long ago. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of a build up to this, obviously, but well, it's always good. Come on, let's go. Is this new? This has got to be new, right? There's probably a chocobo keep we can grab. Hey, look, there's like people here. Just for my own intensive purposes, I need to grab that chocobo before I do anything. Otherwise, I'll forget. I'll forget that I'll forget it or something. It'll go terrible. And hey, look at that! I leveled up off of finding an area. Oh my god, level 70. We're getting there with stuff. We're getting there now. What's our yeah, like bard we got, because I was gonna sort of make sure that we don't go overboard, but I think this quest is above 66, 69. So outside of probably doing some do look pretty though, Clark. Make sure you're taking everything you can. Make sure you're well fed and whatnot. And yeah, I can't even hand it in as a bard. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do some work with the bard to get that leveled up. So yeah, I mean, red mage is gonna. Oh, I mean, gunbreaker also just nailed it. But I mean, also I guess I got to be very careful of. At the same time of like, what if they are, you know, we might even be getting close to level 7. I would assume like this went up to level 70, so I should never have to worry about once I'm 70 that I'm gonna go over or anything. But the stage is set and the players are assembled. Eorzea has come to last, well, to drive the invaders from her lands. What would Grandfather say if he were with us here today? I don't know what he would say. Probably something. Alright, yeah, we're gonna get some gunbreaker stuff. The key to victory. So yeah, of course, we're all worried about Kryle, obviously. For all of our other accomplishments, Kryle remains in the hands of our enemy, and I find myself wondering if I could have done more. And though we know that she is taken to the city, we have found nothing which might tell us where she's being held. You know, you could just ask me. Thancred, what have you learned? I shall spare you the particulars of my infiltration, simply state that I have seen her with my own eyes. She's being held within the residential district south of the city proper, attracted to the ruins of an old temple of the Fist of Rhalgar, which within the Imperials have constructed a research facility. A research facility? What manner of research? Why, methods to imbue Guardians with the power to manipulate ether, in pursuit of which goal their scientists have, I'm sorry to report, performed many questionable experiments on living subjects. What? Calm down, Alphanode. We've already been tasked with securing the Alamican Quarter. This just gives us a reason to do it faster. I entered and exited the facility by stowing aboard Imperial transports, but that method's not suitable before a larger force. And it goes without saying that a direct assault on the rather substantial main gates would be ill-advised. I think I might know someone who can help. One of my men. He had an idea of how to get into the city. Actually, it might be best if I let him explain it. Yeah, you gotta trust anyone with blue hair. It's been a while. I'll not take offense if you don't remember. Might even be glad of it. Alagana, am I right? Aye. Whiska's the name. I was raised in the peaks, but my mum grew up in the city. Anyway, I reckon that we can get inside Alamigan Quarter by way of Loch Seld. But how? Well, a story my mum told us wouldn't make me think of it. She was always going on about what life was like when she was a girl and see, well, how they used to have to boil water from the well before they could drink it. So it was, full of salt. Welcome on back, Pry. How was the burger? Got another for when I wake up? Yeah, well, that's good. They were drawing salt water for the locks, which means that there must be an underwater tunnel or something. Aye, that's it, but it won't be as simple as going in for a swim. The well was closed, see, Apparently Theodoric decided that one day he wanted to control the water supply and forbade water trading. So even if you came up through it, you'll find yourself up on the wrong side of a locked gate. At the time, my grandfather, being an enterprising sort, befriended the guard and lifted the key from his belt. He made a copy and carried on selling water until the Imperials invaded and ended up having to work at the saltery. In short, we need your grandfather's key, assuming he still has it. And certain he does, and I can take you to him, but it'll be dangerous. Don't worry about that. We're used to dangerous. Our middle names are all dangerous. Nago and Arvinald will assemble a squadron with the rest of us go and get that key. What were the toppings you threw on there, Pry? What was it? Did you have a little bit of, bacon, cheese? What else you throwing on in there? Lettuce, tomato? I don't know. My mom and grandpa had said that he kept the key with him at all times as a lucky charm. If he hasn't got it, well, we're screwed. Then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Ready? We may have to deal with a few Imperial patrols. Or worse. So I wonder if, Can I do this as the bard at a low level? Looks like I can. So this might actually become nice and handy. Just ketchup and pickles. Wow. That don't sound too bad. Alright. You are below the recommended level 69 for the quest. Proceed. Let's see if I can do it on the bard. I'm well equipped. I'll just see if I have enough oomph to do it. Also, I remembered a song that's very Mucian-like that you might like. Mukakin. Are you making up words, Pry? You can tell me anything. Merkin. Oh, yes. I do love me. It'd be great if, I wasn't treated as the tank here. What is going on here? Is it Hulk Hogan's song? I am a real American, full of all this shit I can send. Something like that. Oh, I love me some Dennis Leary. I'm an asshole, he's an asshole, he's an asshole. I'm an asshole, he's an asshole. Yeah, love it. I love it. That song summarizes America so well. In its current form, yes. I'm worried about your country. I want to say, as from an outside perspective, but, it's worrying is what's going on down there, up there. As your hat, we have to share our concerns. I've seen a lot of people want out of the country, but the hope is maybe things will chill out. I don't know. We're here, but this isn't right. Where is everybody? Oh, where's good old Grandpa?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You know, it sure is, Cat. Sure is. Luckily, my morning is filled with Wayne Gretzky's cream once again. That should be known, but yeah, cheers for you, Cat. How's the Friday? All done work? Ready for the exciting weekend, I would assume? There. Thancred, you want to help instead of just staring at some broken barrel, perhaps? Lise is standing at a bunch of things that aren't making any sense. I'm so close to being done with Stormblood. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. Probably one more stream of it, maybe? Like, are we talking like that close? Or still gonna be a little bit? I mean, today won't be like a normal length stream, but oh, there's stuff up there. Like, if I would as a stream like normally get about 4 hours in. Now we gotta remember, Pry, I know you're new, but there's the whole the Jordan multiplier, which means games take me a lot longer to play. Where do you want me to go here, game? Wait. Ooh, wow. I mean, does it now? I was gonna ask. So, like, this has been a thing of the other. So there's gonna be like Stormblood ending proper, right? Which I assume maybe ends with us getting Kryl or something. But isn't there gonna be like some filler content like before the next expansion came out? Because we'll have to play all those before we obviously get to Shadowbringers. I am trying to understand where on earth you want me to go here. Like I said, wow, all right, I believe you. I mean, but also at the same time, I don't know if I'm already playing that stuff, like, because obviously I've never played it before, so I don't know. Oh, very good. Like, yeah, you guys want to tell me where I'm supposed to go picking up something? Like, I'm looking there. Oh, the queer device. This has got to be it. Oh, that was not. Oh, sorry. So probably take a few streams till you get okay, that's alright. Oh, come on! You guys want to help out here, like, with the Legion Vanguard at all, or? Stormblood doesn't take too long to get through on like AR. Yes, like I noticed that pretty much. I think with Heaven's Ward was I mean, even ARR had a lot of side quests. I mean, to be fair, like, there was a lot for them to carry on with and having to explain, obviously, but. Pretty painless, and also at the same time, I mean, I would say, like, from a story perspective, everything's been really good, but from a play style perspective, this one's been pretty sloggy. But it sort of goes on with, like, I'm not too keen on the areas that we've been in, like, but still everything is fine and dandy. Oh, like, where's this Whisker guy? Like, do I have to be concerned, like, if he's dying? Maybe not stand there. Can you heal him or something? Alright then. Shadowbringers is one of the best expansions in Endwalk, in my opinion. Yeah, I've heard so many really good things about every. Okay, so I hit an alarm. I don't want to do that again. Looks like he's getting back up to his full health. So obviously we can't have this Wiker guy or Whiskers guy. Weisker? I don't know. We'll figure it out. In the wake of the ambush, you find a diary belonging to a laborer. The last entry makes mention of a plan to take shelter in the Salary Monastery. Okay. To the south, you will lead the way. All right, go. Yes, let's go. It's dangerous to go alone, is it? Are you people coming? There we go. Like, I've enjoyed the story, but it's just like, you know, a lot of the desert area and everything, not really my cup of tea. But everything to keep up with story-wise has been really interesting. Like, are you following me? Like, you told me like not to rush off, but you want me to go off to the south. Like where do you want me to go? It's just like the same for me is just like the same for like games that, like, you know, with water worlds or something. Like, it's just. Everyone has their things that they can't stand. Like I was sharing yesterday with Soap, just when we were talking about that World of Warcraft private server. Like, I liked Burning Crusade's story, but I hated the Burning Crusade map. I thought that was atrocious, and everyone loves that expansion. But I think a lot of people love that expansion for its story, you know, with Illidan and whatnot and everything. But like, I hated those maps. Those were terrible. I loved Wrath of the Lich King. That was a great area to level up in and have a little fun. Well, Pry, I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with getting back into it, I don't think, right? Yeah, he has me certainly interested to check out Project Sovereign, I think is what it's called. No, Project Ascension. Project Sovereign. What am I? All right, are we still going the right way here, folks? Because, like, you know, you're not giving me anything on the map, like, at all. Yeah, like, and that's the thing to me is, like, I've tried to go back to World of Warcraft numerous times. All right, that's where we're heading. And it's funny because I don't like. It's funny because this game, I'm happy that they haven't decided to do it. My problem with World of Warcraft, what's happened over the many years, is that they're trying to get people into the new content. You know what? If I was a game company, that's exactly what you want to do. So you hurry people along into the old content to get them to play the new content. And I always loved starting a character over. I was an altaholic, as they were called. And you know, you would essentially make a new character, and I love just the story, like starting from the very bare bones beginning of the game, you know, getting through it. And as more and more expansions came out, I think there's like, what, 12 of them now, like, obviously they want you to get through that content to get to the brand new stuff. And I'm like, no, like, you're leveling me up way too quickly. I'm missing expansions because you're just passing the level. And I was like, it's not an enjoyable experience for me anymore. And there's nothing you can do about that. Like, there is a thing that you can go and like shut off your experience, but I don't want that. Like, I don't want to shut off my complete experience. Like, I wish there was sort of like a setting or a mode that would just be like, let me have my normal experience gain that was back when this launched, right? But just let me go from there. And there isn't. So I didn't like over leveling content. Getting through things, because then, you know, you felt forced to have to go through stuff. All right, am I going? No, okay, I'm not going through there. And then obviously, like, again, I haven't seen whether this is something in this game or not, or maybe I'm just completely missing it or its point. is like, you know, dailies became super important in World of Warcraft, and like that's not like it's not fun to log into a game to feel like you have to work, right? Like I said, I don't think Final Fantasy quite does that. Maybe it does it later, I don't know, but currently I'm having a lot of fun just leveling up, doing my stuff, and it's all working out, and you know, I don't feel like I'm overpowerful. Like, you know, mind you, I do have a lot of levels up at near 70, but you know, that's sort of my choice. But I'm like not doing any side quests, or at least avoiding most of them, and you know, I do all the main story stuff and try to get back into it, but it's still fun. To be honest, I don't think I did much of dailies in Final Fantasy XIV after 3.3k hours, and that's good. Like, Soap just was talking, like, the real start of that, like, I mean, I think they did dailies in other expansions. Like, I'm trying to remember. It probably was, like, it's funny, like, Mists of Pandaria is probably my favorite, expansion. But like the garrisons, like, you know, you felt like, oh god, I gotta go log in and do this and do that. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to have to feel like that they have to legit go and do this, and that's where I was at. I do have to fight this thing. This looks like it. Yeah, like doing daily dungeons and whatnot are fine. Like, I don't mind that. That's okay. But like, you don't want to be forced to be doing a bunch of crap. Like, even to a lesser extent, like I said, for Mists of Pandaria, like, people were you had to sort of sometimes do the what was it, your garden, keep up with your garden, you know, and then if you missed a day with that and everything, it, you know, became stupid. And all right, we should be able to murder this guy. I keep forgetting, like, again, because I'm sort of doing stuff that's a little bit probably low. Yeah, I hate it, and that was the thing, right? Like, I don't understand, like, why Blizzard, and you know, I think they realize now with the introduction of Classic and stuff like that, like, you've given other people completely different things to play, so like, you know, they're okay now, but. You know, like, if you got tired of playing retail WoW, which I never understood why they call it that, like, you know, I guess classic is the proper term that I would like for vanilla WoW, then they call it the other one retail, but whatever, like, that's fine, but, you know, at least if you, like, got sick and tired of it, but, you know, you still wanted to subscribe for whatever reason and give Blizzard your money, like, you could still absolutely, you know, hey, I'm gonna hop on Classic and play that and remember what it used to be type of thing, stuff like that. So for this game, you really only have to worry about logging in for daily things like gardening if you have a house with a garden plot. But the nice thing is, if you don't, that will never pertain to you. If you decide not to get into it, you know, you won't be able to log in for several days. It's helpful to have people like myself or Wolf who can log in and tend to your garden for you, or you can literally just put the entire plot in storage and it'll stay in state. Yeah, like, see, like, that's a good thing. Like, in World of Warcraft, your garden, if you didn't come back, I think it was after 2 days, like, your crops would be spoiled, and you'd be like, picturing like that of like, heaven forbid you go and have a weekend getaway, and like, you know, I know I'm talking about something stupid, like we're talking about fake money and stuff, but you know, people put work into this stuff, and just think of, like, you know, you put that in, and you're like, oh, you know, I want to go away for like, and you come back and it's all gone, like, and no one else could tend to it for you like they can in this game. I think there was talk of adding player housing recently in World of Warcraft. That's one thing they never really did. I don't know why, but I mean I know why. Blizzard has said that it's sort of like the city thing, which is funny because they don't like people hanging out at cities, but they've sort of realized like that's it. Like they want people to explore. But you know, people are only going to explore if you put the things like that a city needs, sort of like in real life. If you put things and spread them out, like put an auction house here, or put a store here, or put rests and stuff like that, people will go there and will stay there. But instead, you just link things to the major capital cities. So why would you leave the capital city, right? Yeah, so at least there's ways around it here. I mean, yeah, of course they'll die, but at least someone, like, at least you could tell someone, like, hey, can you tend to my garden, and check it out for me, and they could do that. Yeah. Yeah, I almost think I almost think at this point it's too late, to do it. I don't know, like, what the, does World of Warcraft still share their sub numbers? I mean, they're gone from I remember, like, I don't know, I'm showing my age here a little bit. But like I said, I remember I played World of Warcraft just before Burning Crusade came out, and obviously, like, I worked retail, and I remember back in the days, like, before, Steam existed, but you could buy a game that came with a bunch of, actually came with CDs, DVD-ROMs and whatnot, but they used to slap the sticker of how many subscribers, and I think at the time that I remember, 13 million, I believe, was the subscribers of the stickers, and you could peel back the stickers, I remember, on World of Warcraft, and you could see, like, they would send them to us to, like, hey, can you put these on, so, like, people would do, and obviously at some point, obviously Warlords of Draenor, they stopped it. So I always heard, like, when this game was picking up, so I think Blizzard had some personal business problems going on, and everyone was dumping on Blizzard, and rightfully so. It sounded like some of the founders of Blizzard were pieces of shit, and people were finding out about it, so people were leaving World of Warcraft, and Square was very smart and going like, hey, we have a free trial up to level 60 if you'd like to play. And so I know there was a lot of people came over, and I think that was like over during COVID, I believe. But Square, because they offer a slightly larger free-to-play trial than World of Warcraft does, Square always got caught saying, like, oh, we have, like, 3 million accounts, or player accounts. Now, mind you, not every single one of those are paying, but, to each their own. I would just be happy that they were players, because, Blizzard could never say, like, we have 4 million accounts, because that would just mean 4 million people are paying. But I don't think Square ever says what the numbers are between a paid subscription and playing on the free trial, and they probably don't want that number to be out, to be honest. But yes, that was another thing. I think World of Warcraft is, I think it's $50 for 60 days. 50 or $60. It's a little bit more. Canadian, I'm talking though, Pry. Because you used to be able to buy the that just shows our dollar. That makes sense though, because I'm trying to think of, like, that's about what I pay for. That's about what I pay for this game. $15. That might be American too. I think they're about the same, maybe. But I always remember just being able to buy the 60-day time card for WoW before they did proper just like subscription of, like, you didn't have to buy time cards. And I want to say, like, I do remember WoW offering discounts if you would subscribe for longer. That's something I would like to see Square sort of adjust into. But again, I don't think they need to. Blizzard was in a weird spot of where they're trying to get people to come back to the game, give people reasons to come back to playing the game, right? So if you can entice someone like, hey, we'll give you 15% off if you subscribe for 90 days and pay up front right now. Whereas Square, I don't think ever really does that, right? I think I was gonna say, like, it's been a long time. I don't even know if it's been thrown around of them changing the free trial for World of Warcraft. But what I think they may do, and I'm sure it's in the works. It's weird. There might be some type of weird free trial, because I have a feeling they'll put World of Warcraft on Game Pass. I think that's what they'll do. And so, like, you won't have to subscribe to it, but obviously, because they don't want you to subscribe to two things. So what they'll do is they'll have you subscribe to Game Pass, and, you know, that's good value. I'm not denying that. But I think, like, they'll give you some type of limited trial for World of Warcraft. I think that'll be in the works. That would be my guess. Absolutely. But, yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't even know what... The last time I looked at the Canadian to the American dollar, it was like 65 cents. Like, we were just getting hammered. And of course, like, tomorrow, apparently the tariffs start. And, you know, no one knows what the fuck is going to happen with that. I mean, but they didn't want to touch oil. I was very worried. I was like, oh, do I have to go and get gas today? I probably will get gas anyways, because I'm a little afraid, like, you know, I'm sure just like in America, you know, give them a reason to jack up the gas prices, they'll take it. So they'll probably use, like, oh, they threw the tariffs on us, throw up the gas on it. And even though it's like, you bought that gas like 3 weeks ago. Like, come on now. But to each their own. So this is it. That was a rant. See, Pry, you got a little bit of a taste of why it takes me so long to get through a game. I just got caught on a talk there, and what, 45 minutes went by there talking about World of Warcraft while playing Final Fantasy 14. That's the Jordan multiplier right there. And it wasn't even Cat's fault. We can still blame Cat, of course. Yeah. This is it. This is the monastery. They have to be around here somewhere. Is Gramps around? Biff? Uh-oh. They didn't do a great job of hiding this basement. What? What? It's me, Whisker, your grandson. Whisker? By Ralgar, is that really you? I'm the one coming up with weird conversations half the time, and I appreciate that. You're a great conversation starter. Can I ask? I know, like, on stream, you get some really weird conversations here from me, but are you equally as good at conversation startings in real life? Like, can you just, like, come up with stuff, like, with people? You go to a little bit of a barbecue or a party. I don't know. Do you guys do barbecues out in the Netherlands or something? I assume you do. Go to a dinner party, just cats just zipping around, chatting it up with everybody. Oh, it's good to see you alive and well, lad, but who are the other ones? Oh, the Resistance, Granddad. Comrades in arms. You're pretty witty when you want to be. Well, that's good. This is what Harry Potter looks like when he grows up. She told me all about the thumbing my nose at the Mad King, did she? Daft sods never caught me either. It wasn't much, but it was my way of rebelling against his rule. Glad to see you've got higher aspirations. Here, make our family proud. I will. I swear, Ralgar as my witness. Yeah, Pry, you gotta let me know. I know Biscuits was talking about it as well, possibly signing up for Project Ascension. I know Soap is on it. Obviously, you gotta set up all those. I think, you know, get the friend stuff thing going and everything. I think that'll be fun. But I have to find more time, is the problem. I was worried when I wasn't at the Saltery, but we found him in the end. Now that we've got the key, it's time to find the underwater tunnel. Going for a massage later. Happy ending or no happy ending? Cat. No happy ending is a happy ending for me. As long as you're happy in the end. That is all that matters. Oh God, what's happened there? What'd you do to my hat, man? Ooh, a gift. The resonant. Lisa's in a mood for a swim. They asked me on the phone to bring cash. I love it. I mean, is that the same? Like, I've talked about this about my wife and getting her nails done. Like, she already knows the deal, but like, that's so they don't pay taxes, right? Like, that's a thing over in Europe as well. I assume as it is in America, as it is in Canada. Like, you don't have to, you know, don't surprise me on this stuff, right? We'll need to dive into the locks and look for a tunnel leading beneath the residential district. That should be no problem for Bash and me, thanks to the Kojin's blessing, but the rest of you, I'll have you know that I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. I think I best support Monego and Arvinald's unit. Oh, who knows? I mean, it's so funny. I was like, I told my wife that. I was like, you know that they do that so they don't have to pay taxes. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, they're not declaring that you came there. And then I'm like, you know, getting your nail, you know, she knows the people and all that stuff. And I'm like, do they give you a receipt? She's like, no. I'm like, exactly. And then I'm like, so me, typical person who doesn't really do any of these things, I'm like, what happens if they like screw up? Like, what if they fuck up your nails? Like, do you have proof? And to be fair, she's like, you would know if they fucked up because, you know, they're doing it right there, right? And, you know, so obviously if you know, they ask you at the end, like, are you happy? And, you know, you're like, no. And, you know, and they'll fix it for you. And, you know, as long as it's a good relationship, that's all fine. But, like, it's not like something else where you find out later something breaks, you know, as soon as you leave or something. And then it's like, well, you know, because that could be a thing with mechanics too, right? You get a mechanic that wants to work under the table to save money. And then you come back and, you know, you better hope you have a good relationship with your mechanic. Otherwise, he's going to be like, I never saw you. And then you're like, well, fuck. You put in this, this new engine and, it sucks. There's a special way to ask for one without asking for that. Just saying, Pry, can you inform me what the way is to ask for a happy ending without actually asking for the happy ending? Not that I need to know for purposes or anything, but I'm just curious because my only attachment to that is people who do it in movies and in TV shows, and it never goes over well. You ask for a soft massage. Oh, is that the wording, eh? And then you get to find out afterwards whether or not you get kicked out or not after that, or they bring in Gary for the special hard massage, right? I'm aware of that, thank you, but it's neither here nor there, given that I lack both the Kojin's blessing and Thancred's preternatural lung capacity. Are you getting the massage at the same time? Is it like a couples massage where you're gonna sit together on those tables at the same time and, you know, bury your head into that thing that's got the hole in the middle? And then, Kat, what you need to do to make them, you need to talk about my stream during the massage, about what we talk about. Not like the current conversation. I don't want you talking about happy endings or whatnot, but just talk about just random stuff. I don't know. Does your boyfriend know that you watch me? I mean, obviously he's got to, you know, have some type of idea of what's going on here. I do not talk during the massage. Oh, so well, that would be a great point to start, right? They come back and go, this cat person, she was quite the chatty Cathy today. She's talking about some crazy streamer from Canada that doesn't shut the fuck up. He never finishes games. So Bastion, Thancred, and me, let's head to the water's edge. Alphnode and Whisker can join the others and wait outside the gates for us to let them in. Well, I appreciate you telling me that there, Pry. What happened to my cool hat? Where's my hat? How come you can't put the glamour? Look at this silly hat. This is ridiculous. I have fashion sense, you fools. They'll only take cash though, just saying. Right, yes. Kat, why don't you ask them why they just want cash? Or is that too forward? Ask them for a receipt. Do you do like the cups thing? My boyfriend isn't really on Twitch, but he knows I'm a weirdo, so he probably can deduce that I hang out with weird. Oh, I mean, the same thing, like, my, I mean, because you stream as well, and I don't know if you have, like a slightly different, like, do you have, like, a streamer cat in real life cat? Like, my wife knows, like, I'm also a weirdo when streaming, and then I'm also a, you know, a different person in IRL life. Because as I said, folks, it's all a show. I just applied the clown makeup and off we go. I'm an actor. Not a good one because I'm not getting paid, but still. You're a big fan of massages, so I've been to maybe 10 or so different ones in the city. If I need a receipt, I go to a different place. And if I don't, I go to this place. Both are really good. This one's a bit cheaper. Okay. This looks like a good place as any. You dive into the briny deep. Urange, what are you doing here? Master Alfnode informed me of your plan, and thus I did hasten to your side. When Mistress Alice unfolded to me the tale of defeat, I was much intrigued by her apparent ease, which is with Fordola. Theretofore, unsectional warrior, defied my lady's every attempt to do her harm. After some days of deliberation, I subsequently contrived what I believe to be a solution to the problem of her pre-natural oppression. It's pre-science. God damn it, yours is hard to read. 'Twas in hopes of furnishing you with the fruits of my labors that I came. Okay, I really need to get rid of this Red Riding Hood bonnet thing. Give me my hat back, you goons. Wait, isn't that Moon Brightus? Her Aetheric Siphon formed the basis for my design. Should my hypothesis prove correct, you need but activate it in her presence. To say more would endanger the plan, for ignorance is your shield. I was already planning to bring cash because I know the deal. Funny they asked me on... Oh, they just want to absolutely make sure, Cat. Because you know what absolutely happens. I assume they take bank card and credit cards and all that, though. But, you know, it just makes it for like, oh, god damn it. Now we gotta declare this. It was Moonbright's time. It is not yours, my friends. May you ever walk into the light of the crystal and return. We will. For you and for her. Right. I'm going in. Follow me. See, I'm not caring to admit, but I will admit, I still think of like when someone mentions cash, it's like, oh, I can pay you with bank card. We call it debit card in Canada. And then everyone's like, no, like, because that's still, you know, that gets you a receipt. That still has to go through a system. Because I talked about this. I think DJ is the only one that carries cash in the world. Maybe Europeans are a little different, but I do not carry any cash except for going to hockey, because that guy doesn't want to deal with e-transfers from everybody, which is more than fair. Oh, you probably want me to jump in the water, don't you? They make you 2% on the card payments extra too. Oh god, they're just gouging you everywhere here. Where do I want to go? I'm thinking like, is there... It's probably... What's the, Fuck. How do I... Isn't there like a button to go underwater? Ugh. This bothers me. I mean, I don't even know if this is what I have to do. I have a feeling that if I go over there, it's going to tell me that I have to go over there, but I think that there's a way of doing it. Control space, is that it? Thank you. I don't like... This is another thing. I don't like that this game, like, just let me go underwater, but everything's instanced and whatnot. Thank you very much, Pry. You don't carry cash either, but I'm happy to have cash still in society. When oh yeah, like I mean, yeah, like I get that point, obviously. Like you don't want to ever have cash go away. You know, as people say, cash is king. But I literally cannot stand carrying it. Like, I'd rather not at all. Just the convenience of not using. It's funny, like in our world of where, you know, cash is king and cash was a convenience. It's now an inconvenience. It's funny how that works. Japan is 100% a cash society. Really? I never would have thought about that because of when you think of all of, like, you know, the vending machines and everything everywhere. Like, I assume they take cash just like any other vending machine does, but like I would assume that people would just be like swiping their cards or whatever, doing that stuff. But like convenience stores and big shops take card, but it's mostly cash. Your local pub, cash only. Interesting. I think Japan is very much the same as Canada, though. They have a lot of coins, right? Like that they still use. Like, I mean, if our dollar wasn't complete shit, you know, our loonie and our toonie are still relatively utilized, but their value is terrible. I don't know if we've made our $5 coin yet. I think we were going to, but they just haven't done it yet. Maybe, I don't know what animal they'll put onto it. It's got to be, I mean, you know, the loonie's got the loon, obviously. The toonie's got a polar bear on it. What could we put on our $5 coin? Can't put a beaver because the nickel has the beaver. Huh. A lot of coins, hence the vending and the gacha machines. Except those look like fun though. Maybe Wayne Gretzky's cream. Maybe. Well, I was gonna say you probably would not be wrong, to be all in honest. They probably would have thought of putting him on a coin if he wasn't hanging out with the Cheeto down south lately. Like, he's a funny one. I mean, lots of successful Canadians go down south to live. Can't blame them. It's warm down there. Their money goes further and whatnot. But he was like super clean for like the longest time. And arguably, I can't really say I have a problem with Wayne Gretzky. I think it's just because he's a relative celebrity. But you do lose a few points when you hang out with Donald Trump. Like, sorry to say, you certainly do, and especially with what's going on now. Maybe if he wasn't a complete jack-and-inny, maybe, but it's you know, you certainly lose a little bit of your cachet. Like, you know, there's still some really good celebrities who, of course, still count Canada as their home. You know, they might live in, you know, LA, La La Land for 10 months out of the year, and then come up to Canada for July and August in their Muskoka cottage or whatever, but you know, they still want to call Canada home for themselves. Who needs a beastman's blessing anyways? I still can't believe you managed to hold your breath the entire time. I felt like we were down there for hours. Could you imagine we were down there for hours just having a, you know, real time swimming? My god. Anyways, it's time to let our friends in. Once we head up these stairs, we'll need to make our way to the main gates, which are somewhere to the west of here? Forgive me for stating the obvious, but it bears repeating that until we open the gates, we three are on our own. It would be in our best interest to avoid guards and easily stay with small folk. Obviously, but once our guests have arrived, we'll be free to head towards the research facility where trials being held, as loudly as we'd like. And since you've been here before, you lead the way? Of course! I will move quickly. See that you don't fall behind. Yeah, I don't like... They probably would stay away, like... Again, because I have not seen our money in a while. I think I'd have to ask another Canadian. I don't think there's any Canadians in here. I don't think any of our money has King Charles on, or it might. Like, I know we've started to put it out there, but I have yet to see any money that's got King Charles on it instead of the Queen. I know they start it fairly quickly, but I have not seen one personally. All right, what time is it? 1 o'clock. We have enough time to probably do this funny business. Oh, finally, I can throw my plate on. This is ridiculous. Apply. Thank you. Getting my hat on, baby. All set? I think so. Open the gates of the Alamegan Quarter. 3 quests away from the next thing, like the next dungeon. I'll only be on till 2 o'clock today. I gotta pick up the missus and the little guy, so. Yeah, I slept in. My alarm didn't go off, so if I probably would have been proper on that, maybe, but in all honesty, probably looking like next week, I might not even stream because my timing is not working out. Am I supposed to like stay over there with her? You just killed a man. Yeah, my only day off, I think, next week is Wednesday, I think. So that sort of sucks. Look for a lever or a winch. We'll guard for there. You're gonna shine some. There it is. This music's exciting. Hell's open and heavens weep. That's a bummer. You may not get to the next thing this stream, but after that, you're gonna get the many cutscenes will play, blah 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 blah. So definitely don't have to. Yeah, that's the one unfortunate thing. But again, I also don't want to have those. Have to cut that off for any apparent reason. So be good to save it for that next stream then, which is fine. He's just saying, free to just walk over that. Could have went around that, Which honestly, in terms of time, you may just want to save the next dungeon and think, oh, I absolutely will. I absolutely will. That way you can just sit and experience it all in one. Yeah, like that's the plan. For any game I'm playing, I don't want to have that thing, ruined type of deal, so. I certainly gotta find some time, like even if I can play a little bit on my own next week or something, I certainly gotta find some time to play this to get some other classes leveled up. So that I have a little bit more variety to play with. Is everything being like, that's my problem, like I've noticed this time is I don't want to have things over leveled when we get into the next expansion. I'd like to go in there without having to be 74, already above it and beyond it type of thing. So if I can level up a couple of things in the next week or so and get something rocking and rolling and being able to adjust and have options, because that's something I like to have. I want to have options when I'm playing stuff. Like if I want to, I have a tank, I have a DPS. I would like to get something up, but all right, not right now. Yellow. Yes. right. Where am I going? Goddamn. Can I get that thing over there, or is there too many people there? Just curious if I can get the I mean, I'm on a timer. Doesn't even look like I can get that. Oh. I'm sure after we take over this place becomes a little bit more probably more available to me in that way, shape, or form. I love that they're just saying, hey, I was on a phone call, okay? They know we're coming. Let's make ready, my friend. Oh, okay. I do like that glowy sword. Very nice. Oh, we're like right in it. So this next thing, is it a dungeon or a raid? I reckon you lot would come, but I didn't think you'd have the nerve to break the bloody doors down. Makes no difference to me, though. Time to die. Uh-oh, she's becoming Super Saiyan. Use the Aethoric Siphon to weaken Fordola and defeat her in battle. Alright then, I can do that, I think. Does that mean she has lupus?
I can read your every move.
Ow. 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 Ha. Why am I the only one attacking her? Like... Leave me alone, lady. Understand, I want nothing to do with you. Alright, let's beat her up as long as she doesn't have any more goons available here.
Out of my way.
You didn't like that, did you? There we go. Thancred, you're a little bit more tanky than I am. You want to? This was something I probably should have jumped on in as a gunbreaker. It would have been a lot easier for my life. How do I keep screwing that timing up?
I'll cut you to pieces.
Do you ever think, Pry, that they'll allow add-ons in Final Fantasy? I think it's a slippery slope, and I actually really like that they don't allow add-ons or mods. Or I shouldn't say it's not that they don't allow them. Like you could apply all of them at your heart's content, but if you get caught with them, you can get your account banned. I assume so. I know I know everything comes back to World of Warcraft, but I know like the problem exists from that is like, you know, people were so stuck in like, oh, like, you know, you have DPS counters and people know like how much damage you're doing and they'd kick you if you didn't do enough damage and they could see it all in real time. Like, it's nice to not have to worry about people having to look that stuff up and go like, oh, you know, Jordan didn't do all that damage, so he's terrible.
If only you knew.
Of course, a cat wants in at this hour. Nice! Did someone say cat? Yes, I gotta go let my cat out. Or into the living room. I think he's done sleeping, so he hears me yelling at a game, and he's like, hey, there's people out here. I'd like to be out there where there's people. Scratches at the door. Oh!
No. Not after everything. I cannot lose. I will not!
Oh, but you will! Without your tricks, you're nothing!
You are nothing, and you got beat up by someone wearing their Sunday best.
Conrad, Mefrit, your own comrades! I should kill you here and now for what you did! But there's no place for that kind of justice here. Not in my Alamigo.
Oh, how very bloody noble of you. Why, you'll pardon me my sins, will you? After you and your freedom fighters come and tear down everything we've worked so hard to build? We were fighting for our people's freedom.
That was a hard... Everybody was kung fu fighting.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
Oh. Uh-oh.
Now, my friend!
Genova's gonna come out now. Kryle's been exposed to the Mako. I'm so embarrassed to not realize that it was Mako. I was saying Mako for the longest time in Final Fantasy VII. Well, catch her.
Alphino?
How do you get a good night's sleep when you're sleeping in a Japanese capsule hotel with the lights on all the time?
I knew you'd come.
I knew you'd come.
Touching as this moment is, it will have to wait. We should rejoin the main force at once. Lise!
I thought rescuing her would be a, you know, an end raid type of thing. Lothars, hey, how you doing? Oh, God. Happy Friday, my friend.
I'm taking her back with us, alive. She's going to answer for what she's done.
Listen to you. Talking like you've already won. Xenos is gonna tear you apart.
Swamped with work.
He
I
commands a power
understand. I understand.
echoing
I'm doing well, my friend.
icons.
What are you talking about?
He has the power to summon things. Dealing with issues on a conference bridge. Like, what's a conference bridge? I understand what a conference is, and I know what a bridge is. Is there a conference taking place on a bridge? Basically a bunch of users all on a call. Oh, so not what I'm thinking at all, clearly.
The hunt, you stupid cow. I'm talking about the hunt. He said you'd come, and here you are, his willing prey. You and your friends are dead, just like mine. And all our misery, all our sacrifice, it was all for naught!
14 is doing really well. Really well. We just saved Kryl. I think so.
No. You're gonna live long enough to see us win our freedom. I promise you.
Lise is wearing her Sunday's best, that an outfit Yida used to wear, apparently. And then we had sex, apparently, I think. On a statue hand.
May I live 1,000 years.
They didn't show the sex part, but I think it was inferred.
Interrogations can wait. Let us be off.
Who's gonna play the good cop, bad cop during this interrogation? There wasn't like a Lalafell-sized capsule that they could have put them in. So I want to ask, talking to Alphanode here, does that trigger a long cutscene or anything like that, or are we still good for now? I just want to know, like, I don't want to be hitting something and it's like, oh, we're gonna start talking, because I got like a half an hour left, basically, which is probably long enough for something. But what a relief to have finally found her, though our greatest challenge yet lies ahead of us. On the eve of this final battle, I find myself overcome with joy. We could not have saved her without everyone's help. Tancred, Lise, Yange, and of course you. But there's still much more to be done. I should be very interested to learn the meaning of Fordola's ominous words, for one. Alright, what did you hand me here? Gunbreaker stuff. Yeah, probably the gunbreaker stuff. Lisa's gone to deliver Fordola into the custody of the Alliance, leaving Manago and her men to hold the residential district and stand ready. Once the Alliance has breached the main gates and commence their assault, the Resistance forces will push through the entrance here and join the fray. In that case, I'll remain here. My search for Kryl took me into the city proper, and my familiarity with the defenses may prove useful to the Resistance. Understood. I shall instruct Ironvald and his unit to render support as well. They are tasked with securing the Aetheryte, as I recall. With me, Bastion. Alright, so it looks like I'm having a proper moment to go to said Aetheryte. Properly set up. So another new little area, it looks like. God damn it, game. God damn it, game. Look at that. Sorry, showing everybody the Chocobo's butt there. Gods, Kryl, it's so good to see you. I feared the worst. It wasn't your fault. You saved me. All of you. Thank you. We'll be departing shortly for Porta Pretoria to rejoin the main host. Ironvald, I would have your unit remain here with Tancred, that you might support the Resistance troops in the upcoming battle. Understood. We won't let you down. I trust you will refrain from doing anything I would not. We are both far from young to die. Right. No noble sacrifices. Got it. Bastion, Cryo, let's be off then. Alright then. God damn it, game. Where are you taking me? Oh god, Robon, like all the way up here? God dang it! It's so far away. Skibbity toilets, yippity. Although I probably should be running there so that, you know, I would actually explore all this missing area. So I could actually see, you know, where I'm going.
Ah, the heroes of the hour. Not content with securing the residential district, you gifted me an Imperial Commander. What are you after, a medal?
The work is its own reward, General. I must say, however, that Fordola's claims were not a little disturbing. What manner of power could Xenos have acquired that might equal an icon?
Might she speak of our missing Omega?
Oh god, Kenny Omega missing again?
Very possibly. The Empire's fondness for comparable Allagan technologies is exceedingly well documented. Have we made any progress with our own investigation?
None. The search goes on in earnest, but Sid has thus far found nothing of note. Mayhap the Garleans beat us to it. If they were working desperately to repair the machine, that might explain their decision to remain within their walls.
Ah, Lys. I trust you surrendered Fordola into custody without incident. We were just discussing the pilot's claims.
About Xenos and his newfound powers. She hasn't said a word on the subject since we rescued Kryl, even when the interrogator asked nicely.
Mayhap I can offer some insight into her claims, or at least into the facility and the experiments they conducted during my time there. Though my memories of the period are somewhat muddled, there are a few things I remember with painful clarity.
Thancred told us only that Fordola had undergone some manner of treatment.
Yes. It is a place wholly dedicated to the creation of enhanced beings, whom they refer to as the Resonant. As I understand it, the process aims to imbue a test subject with the qualities of an individual with demonstrated magical aptitude. This entails the mechanical extraction and transfusion of some manner of primordial essence.
So that's how Fordola improved so fast. I knew there had to be something. She wasn't half as strong or quick to predict my attacks when we first met.
She still wasn't that powerful.
If it weren't for Oriange's siphon thingy, I really don't think we'd have beaten her.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the siphon thingy.
My humble scheme asked far more in the execution than it required in the conception, I do assure thee.
Oh, you've got to stop doing that.
In calling upon Lady Alisaie after her defeat, I was most intrigued to learn of the apparent effortlessness with which Fordola countered her attacks. 'Twas as if she knew the blade's destination ere its journey began. A most impressive feat under any circumstances, but an almost miraculous one when considered in the context of Fordola's unfamiliarity with my lady's arts. How then could she so perfectly predict an unknown opponent's every move? After much deliberation, I surmised that Fordola may be possessed of a preternatural ability to divine meaning from the fluctuations of an individual's ether and to instinctively react. To employ a metaphor, one might say that she was attuned to the whispers of my Lady Alisaie's soul.
Wait, have you not just described a manifestation of the Echo?
I had no conclusive proof. The available anecdotal evidence suggested only that Fordola was uncommonly sensitive to etheric fluctuations, and 'twas this which led me to develop my study.
This is heavy, Doc.
I would fashion a device with the capacity to generate a massive disruption in the surrounding ether. If, as I suspected, Fordola's senses were indeed questing for the most minor of oscillations, the shock of exposure to a more amplitudinous etheric
I think he's
waveform
making up words
would be
here.
akin
Come
to a
on now.
debilitating bout of ether sickness.
In other words,
Ingenious. I note that the success of your plan hinged on your device's wielder remaining ignorant of its purpose, lest Fordola divine your intent.
we need to get Fordola down with the sickness.
Indeed so, Master Alphino. All things considered, 'twas a most fortuitous outcome.
That's putting it mildly. In any event, if Urianger is correct, that would mean these Resonant have been granted the power of the Echo via artificial means. A sobering thought, to say the least, and one which makes me wonder what else Xenos has in store.
Whatever the Viceroy's newfound powers, I know of none better equipped to face him. And face him you must. For there is now but one path forward, and it leads straight to Alamigo.
And it's not as if we came unprepared. We've got all our friends and allies fighting for the same thing. Honestly, right now, I feel like we could take on anyone and win. And I mean anyone.
Sure. Nevertheless, let's proceed with all due caution. Let's keep everyone in check.
No one's saying we shouldn't be cautious. Though maybe I was getting a bit carried away. Right, I'd best get back to the residential district. Thancred and the Resistance forces are waiting.
It is time we join the main host. Kryl, in light of your recent ordeal, might I suggest that you remain with the rearguard for now?
Oh, if you insist. Just this once.
Do Lalafels have knees? Alright, let's speak with Alphino, see what the plan is, and I'm sure we'll go from there. I'm glad you asked. Pippin informed me moments ago that all forces are in position and we're ready to commence the assault. Naught remains but to notify the Alliance commanders. If you've no objections, I should be glad to have you do the honors, Lieutenant. You were instrumental to the success of Operation Archon. You helped bring an end to the Dragon Song War, and you are a hero to the people and a symbol of hope. Some might judge it as an empty gesture, or worse, a waste of your talents, but I know it would mean much to everyone here. Yeah, that sounds like that. I'm gonna call it here in front of this wonderful aetherite. You know, we have much to do, but sounds like it might be exciting times going forward. So, yeah, I will say it's looking like next week. I may end up taking the whole week off. Like I said, I have probably one day to stream, and I'm not even sure if that's a day I can really stream. So I might just take the week off, unfortunately. Like I said, February is hopefully the last month of where everything is really crazy and whatnot, and things will settle down after that with work and everything. So, and all my days off will not be filled with training and overtime and whatnot. So, I'm hoping for that. So, I apologize. It was a short one, but we got some things accomplished, which was
Oh, you stepped on my
important as always, and I thank you all for coming on in. I want you guys all have a pleasant weekend. As always, it's time for me to say goodbye and good night. Yeah, indeed. We're out. See you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.